Across the sands of time, the rhythmic pulse of drums has echoed through our history. Among these ancient instruments, the kettle drum holds a special place. Imagine the court of an Egyptian pharaoh, the air thick with incense. Deep, resonant booms emanate from large drums, their skins stretched taut over rounded shells. These are early timpani, their origins shrouded in the mists of time. Archaeological evidence reveals that simple kettle drums existed as far back as 3000 BC. These early instruments, crafted from clay or hollowed logs, were covered with animal hides. They were played with the hands, their deep tones used in religious ceremonies and as signals in warfare. The ancient Egyptians, Greeks and Hebrews all incorporated kettle drums into their cultures. These drums were more than just instruments, they were symbols of power, ritual and the divine. These early drums were significantly different from the sophisticated timpani we know today, yet their fundamental design, a skin stretched over a resonating chamber, laid the groundwork for the instrument's evolution. With each passing century, the kettle drum would be refined, its sound sculpted by the hands of skilled artisans. Their journey would take them across continents, their music woven into the tapestry of human civilization. As centuries passed, the kettle drum migrated across the globe, its form and function adapting to diverse cultures. In the Middle East, a smaller, more portable version emerged, the nakara. These drums, often played in pairs, were mounted on camels or horses. Their sharp, piercing tones cut through the din of battle, signaling charges and retreats. Imagine a caravan traversing the Silk Road, the sun beating down on the dusty trail. Suddenly, the rhythmic pounding of nakara drums fills the air. These drums are not just tools of war, they are also instruments of celebration and ceremony. From the palaces of sultans to the bustling marketplaces of Baghdad, the nakara provided the soundtrack to life in the medieval Islamic world. The nakara's influence spread westward, carried by the tides of conquest and trade. During the Crusades, European soldiers encountered these drums on the battlefields of the Holy Land. Intrigued by their powerful sound, they brought nakara drums back to Europe, where they were incorporated into military bands and court orchestras. This marked a pivotal moment in the timpani's journey, setting the stage for its grand entrance into the Western musical tradition. By the time the Renaissance dawned, Europe had fully embraced the allure of the kettle drum. No longer confined to the battlefield, these drums, now larger and louder, became symbols of prestige and power. Kings and emperors commissioned elaborate drums adorned with gold leaf and heraldic crests. Picture a grand procession through the streets of Florence, trumpets blare, heralding the arrival of the Duke. But it is the thunderous roar of the kettle drums that truly commands attention. These drums are not mere instruments, they are extensions of the ruler's authority, their booming voices proclaiming his might. The Renaissance also witnessed significant advancements in kettle drum construction. Skilled artisans experimented with different materials and techniques, seeking to enhance the instrument's resonance and projection. Copper, bronze, and even silver were used to craft the bowls, while the skins were carefully chosen for their elasticity and tonal quality. These refinements transformed the kettle drum from a crude instrument of war into a sophisticated musical instrument, paving the way for its integration into the orchestra. Timpani by the 17th century begins to find its voice. That century marked a watershed moment for the timpani. Composers began to incorporate it into their orchestral works. Timpani added depth, drama, and majesty to orchestral music. Imagine yourself in a crowded opera house. The orchestra tunes up, a cacophony of strings and woodwinds, then a hush falls as the timpanist raises his mallets. A single resonant boom announces the start of the performance. The age of the timpani and the orchestra had begun. There came a revolution in tuning for the timpani, where the pedal took center stage. The 19th century ushered in an era of unprecedented innovation in the world of music. For the timpani, this period brought about a revolution, the invention of the pedal tuning mechanism. This ingenious device allowed timpanists to change the pitch of the drumhead quickly and accurately, vastly expanding the instrument's versatility. Gone were the days of cumbersome hand tuning, where timpanists had to adjust the tension of the drumhead manually. With the new pedal system, a simple press of the foot could instantly change the pitch. allowing timpanists to play a wider range of notes and even execute melodies. This innovation had a profound impact on how composers wrote for the timpani. No longer confined to simple rhythmic patterns or sustained notes, timpani now had the flexibility to play complex melodic lines and intricate rhythms. Composers like Beethoven, Berlioz and Tchaikovsky embraced this newfound flexibility, giving the timpani increasingly prominent and virtuosic roles in their orchestral works. The timpani, once a symbol of military might, had been transformed into a truly expressive and indispensable member of the modern orchestra.